Hello and welcome everyone to another video on my channel. Today we have a look at Abzan Cage. This deck actually overperformed way better than I expected. We went 14-4 in the session I did for the video and 6-1. So yeah, it's a small sample size, but then overall 14-4 I feel still shows how strong this deck is. And if you want to see how this works, then watch this video. Okay, so Abzan Super Cage. What is Cage? Cage is the main card we're going to play in this type of deck, which is the deck build around. And this is Collector's Cage. It's a 2-mana artifact with Hideaway 5. Hideaway 5. When this permanence entered the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library, exile 1 face down, then put the rest on the bottom in a random order. So we get to look at one of the cards and put it under the cage. Then we can pay 1 and put a 1/1 counter on target creature we control, and if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, you will play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. So for Cage you need two things. You need creatures that have different type of powers, and you want some powerful spells. You want powerful cards that you can get from the Cage to get some advantage on the board. That's the main thing, right? So let's have a look at some Cage targets first. We have here Virtue of Persistence, which is a 7-mana enchantment, which is quite expensive, right? And at the beginning of your upkeep, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So yeah, really nice Cage hit, a 2-off, but then it's again also a removal, which is a 2-mana, and target creature gets a -3/-3 until the end of turn, and you gain 2 life. So again, as you know me, I like to have like cards that have multiple purposes against multiple decks, and here we have the -3/-3 and the gain life, right? Removal and life gain. And target for Cage. This card has it all. We also play Virtue of Loyalty, a 5-mana enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 count on each creature you control and tap those creatures. Powerful enough, quite nice. And then also here again an instant spell. For 2 mana we can create a Vigilant 2/2 Knight. Again, double purpose, hits for Cage and the creature to play. And it's a 2/2, which is quite important. Then other Cage hits, of course, the Overlord of the Mistmoors, a 7-mana 6/6 with Inbending 4 mana. We create two 1 flyers, insect tokens when this enters or attacks. Here again, same scenario. We can play this for 4 mana, which is not too expensive for like this type of power on the battlefield. Or we can hit it with Cage for 7 mana and get this huge Overlord onto the battlefield, which, yeah, is really, really hard to deal with. Then another target, of course, we can get Elspeth here, 5-mana Planeswalker. If 1 or more token would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. This type of deck has a lot of tokens, so there's a low-key token vibe going on. As you will see, we had so many tokens and they were so powerful. So yeah, Elspeth definitely fits really well in this type of deck. We also create two 1/1 white soldier tokens if we +1 it. For 0 we can put a +1/+1 count on each creature we control, and those creature gains flying until the end of next turn. And the -3 is destroy target creature an opponent controls with mana value 3 or greater. Again, good hit for the Cage, helps us with the synergies, removal, and gives us a finisher with the 0. Another target we can hit, of course, is also an Ouroboroid, which is a 4-mana 1/3. One of the new cards from the new set, and you guys know I love this card, a Plant Worm, a 1/3. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, where X is this creature's power. So this card, of course, can make your board even stronger and super, super strong. Revival of the Ancestors can also be a hit here. This card has 2 purposes here. First of all, it's a decent hit. But even better, it's a really nice way to enable Cage and also to give you that finishing turn while also makes you survive. So it's like a triple purpose here. But yeah, it's a 4-mana Saga. On the first step, we can create 3 white spirit tokens, which is already really nice. And of course, with Elspeth, this is 6. On the second step, we distribute 3 +1/+1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 target creature you control. So you can, if let's say you have these 3 tokens, you can have 1. You can have a 1/1, a 2/2, and a 3/3. Caged is ready. And on the last step, creatures you control gain trample and lifelink until the end of turn. this finishes the game, right? Of course, you can put this counter also on this card to make everything bigger, right? So a lot of small synergies here. So I would say these are our cage hits and our synergies, but then we also need some creatures early on in the game to actually enable cage quite early, right? So we of course play the Llanowar Elf here, which is a 1 mana 1/1. Mana Dog, add 1 forest, quite simple. We have a Pawpatch Recruit here, which is a 1 mana 2/1, but with Offspring too. And the good part about the Offspring here is you get a 2/1 and a 1/1, right? Which also enables us to get cage earlier on. And the ability is also really nice. First of all, it has Trample, which works great in making this card bigger. And also when a creature control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, put the +1 counter on target creature you control other than this creature. Here we can, again, like make sure the power of our creature is nice distributed to then have cage activated. Another card that we want for cage here, and another reason, is Sinkhole Surveyor, I think, yeah. 2 mana 1/3, flying. When this creature attacks, you lose 1 life and this creature endures 1. So we can either choose to make this a 2/4, so we can upgrade this creature, right? Or we can get a 1/1 token here. Again, token synergy. It gives us a way to upgrade power of a creature, or make us a 1/1 if we need. So this card does both again. Then we play Shelter by Ghost here. This is our main removal here. Of course, we also have another one, but this one has also, again, 2 purposes. This deck is like synergies everywhere. So Shelter by Ghost, 2 mana, enchantment aura, enchant creature control. It enters, and then, sorry, my phone. And then we can exile a non-land permanent opponent controls until this aura leaves the battlefield. And the best part about this here is, again, it's a +1/+0. It gets lifelink and ward. But yeah, +1/+0, so we can adjust the power of the creature again. And the lifelink and ward, of course, and the removal, everything works great. And the last card that is super powerful in this deck is Toby, Beastie, Befriender. 3 mana 1/1. When Toby enters, we create a 4/4 white beast creature token. With this token, can't attack or block alone. So again, pay 3 mana, we get a 1/1 and a 4/4. Again, 2 creatures, 2 different powers. And the last text of this card is really important in this deck. As long as you control 4 or more creature tokens you control are flying. We have a lot of tokens. You will see a game against the mono white life gain where it looks like there's no way we win. But we did. And yeah, Toby, super good in this deck. Mana base is of course the hardest part. But luckily we have Starting Town here, which, yeah, gives us all the colors we need. I play 1 Restless Prairie here, mainly because this also helps us to kind of make the cage work, because whenever this land attacks, all the creatures you control get +1/+1 until the end of turn. With this white thing, it's quite good, so you can attack, put the counters on, then play something, right? So, for example, with the Surveyor, like everything gets +1/+1, then you create a 1/1, and then you have, again, 2 different powers. And yeah, it's great against control as well. Other than that, Virtues, you have 4 shrines here, 2 courtiers, again Virtues, some basics as well. But yeah, the deck, super powerful. It's a more type of a mid-range deck, and let's have a look at some of the small details here. As I mentioned, there's a lot of synergies here. Sometimes you think, like, should you play Ouroboroid first or Revival? I think I always play... So, if you play Ouroboroid first, then you can play the Revival after, and the tokens get stronger, right? And then you distribute the counters on Ouroboroid, and all the tokens get the counters, which is the optimal way. But there are situations where you want to get to the 3rd step earlier, because you really need the Trample and Lifelink. So don't be too greedy sometimes with this card, and that's just something I want to let you know. Also, Shelter by Ghosts, again, not just for removal. If you can actually trigger the cage here, do it. Do it, because you can have like an Overlord there, right? So you pay technically 3 mana for an Overlord hot cast, which, yeah, worth it. Don't forget the text of flying here. Be smart about how you use Sinkhole Surveyor. But yeah, I played many games with this deck. And as you saw in the intro, there's a lot of games we played. I was doing a session, we had 6 wins in a row, and I was like, okay, I should lose a game, right? Then I kept an unfortunate hand, but we almost won the game as well. And I was like, okay, this deck is powerful. And this is super fun to play. And again, a non-meta deck, non-meta deck, but super fun to play. And yeah, if you like my content, if you like what I do, if you like me showcasing you some decks that I think are cool to climb, fun to play, but you can still climb with it, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, you can leave a comment, you can join my Discord, X, everything. But yeah, with no further ado, I wish you fun with the games. This is our hand here. We do have a cage, and we will find ways to trigger this cage with this hand. We don't have access to cage yet, but we can somewhat play our hand still, which is totally fine. Start with this one. Okay, we have a claw here, which we don't like too much, especially if they are on the plate. So we're gonna go with this, and then we have Survivor. The cage is quite important now, because we need to find ways to trigger it. They can of course remove this card. We take it here. There's not much we can do about it. It's interesting. Okay, I actually think you could have done the 2 damage here, but we're going in with this now. It's a decent blocker. It's a decent blocker, which is quite nice. They could come with the Nemesis here. We will start the block here. Because if they shoot this card, I'm quite okay with it. Again, it takes away some of their mana and some of their potential damage. And we did find this card, which is also really good. Here, what we're gonna do is, we're gonna get 2 of them. If they want to shoot the single survivor, they have to do it right now. Could have attacked first too, but I don't really have a good block as well. So, this is quite an interesting spot, right? We do have a cage on hand. So now we're going in. We can still endure. Okay, mouse, double mouse. Okay. So here we actually do want to give this +1/+1. This way we secure 100% guarantee on cage next turn. That's the main reason. And with cage we can find many powerful cards. And yeah, we take a lot of damage here though. We take a lot of damage, but I think we have to. There's just no way around this. Let's hope we find some powerful cards here out of this cage. We will drop this one here. So let's just do this. And let's see what we find. Not the most powerful card, but I mean it's not a bad card either. And here we're gonna get rid of one of these. It's still quite fine, and we're gonna start a race now. We're gonna make this stronger. If they do have their own Sheltered by Ghost here, we will have a bit of a problem. If they do not have it, I think we're in a really, really good spot. With a 5/6 lifelink flyer here. I'm okay with these type of traits. I don't think they can finish me. If they have double 4 damage, it's 10 and it's not enough, right? I don't think they can produce more than 8 damage from hand. They could technically though have the sacrifice card. That one would get me down, like that's... Okay, so here we go. Maybe they find a way. They are looking for a card, maybe 2. Now they have 2 here. So they can put 3 on me, put me on 10, and then I would have 1 life left. They don't have another Boar's Charm too, so yeah. This is it. We managed to go through with it. As I said before, the most important part here is to have the cage, find something powerful, and do not block. It is scary, but this is how we have to play this. That's like, this name reminds me on like an old school type name where I was like young. Okay, we have a cage. We do not really have a super strong hand, but we do have a removal, and we have some revival here that is quite nice with cage because you can choose how you do the counters. And yeah, we're gonna keep this. I like the Virtue, which serves as a removal and a cage target, which is both really nice here. If they have mono green landfall, it's always like this thing. Should I get rid? This one we get rid of though. I wanted to say if they potentially have a Llanowar Elf, it's always a bit. They could have a Balaf here, Bristly Bill. Okay, so it's more like a counter-based deck. I see. So we're going with the cage here. And yeah, it's clearly the Overlord, which is a super powerful card for cage. Since we have the cage here, we want to have this triggered the turn after. So we're going to play Revival here first. Play the Revival, get the 3 tokens in. We're in a comfortable 20 life, right? So we're okay. Yeah, this is our green source. Then we're going to play this, get the 3 tokens. And then next turn, we can already have cage plus an Ouroboroid, which is really nice. And this is going to escalate quite fast, as you will see. We're going to play the Ouroboroid first, put the counter on the Ouroboroid, and we have to see how we distribute this counter here. We have to put 1 on 3 and 1 has to be on 1. So we're going to take the damage here again. Okay, so now we have to distribute it smart. This has to be 3, this has to be 2. We can also put 4. Let's do like this. And then we have to be a bit smart here, right? We do it like this. Submit. They can have fight spells, but there's not much I can do about it. So here we're gonna play this one. And of course this is the perfect target for our cage here. At this point they probably just scoop, we cannot even play it. But yeah. So works great with this card, of course. I don't think they have a fight spell to deal with this. We're gonna play this bad boy here. We're gonna create the tokens, and boom, this is what's gonna happen on the board now. So I think we're in a pretty decent spot here, and don't forget, our creatures gain trample and lifelink next turn. Quite explosive. Opponent is a mana screw though, but I think this showcases the power of this type of deck quite well. And there's no way you get out of this situation, like, not in green, not with 2 mana. And yeah, cool deck I think. Revival works great here, and this just showcases this quite well. Number 3. Okay, Therese Nielsen. Removal, late creature, have this as an instant creature, which I like, and town is fine for the mana here, since we have double Verge. Town is super important. Okay, we're gonna lose a card here, I think let's do the rest. Okay, we're gonna lose Ouroboroid. That's what they can choose. The rest of our hand is fine. Yeah, this is the one we have to remove right now. Like, I will not let this live. I will not give them any card advantage, of course. No way. This card is... I just love getting this card in general. Like, such a powerful card overall. We are a bit flooding, but if they do nothing, it's still fine. We have a creature here. So if they play creature, we can play this and then sheltered, which is always nice. They're considering maybe not playing anything, and this is quite interesting. We could actually double shelter to protect the creature from a removal spell. Yeah. Which is quite interesting. Some of these decks, they do run like I will do it here because I don't have anything else to do. If they have the exile cards, then I'm punished. If not, then it's good. Some have the card that makes the exile here, but now they need a really like strong removal spell, like a 1 mana -2/-2 here, because we have Ward 4. And it looks like they do not have this. There's not many flash cards as well. So they're looking for the 6th mana here. And we're gonna play this. Get now a 5/3. We are getting closer to this. I mean, we get a Dog Confident right now, which is fine. They found it, so now they maybe have a removal spell, right? Now they maybe have it, but we already put pressure in. We cannot attack into the Sanctuary though, which is, yeah. We're gonna play this one, but we will not attack into a Sanctuary. We're just gonna go with the Sinkhole Survivor here, and then pass the turn. And our creatures, they get stronger because of the loyalty here. Super cool. Here we go. Now we do have a potential attack on the Sanctuary. But yeah, don't run into it. Don't run into it. And here, Virtual Persistence, getting the Bob here. It's quite nice. 7 mana on their side. They are flooding. I mean, we have 7 mana on our side too, right? Okay, so be it. We can still not attack with this one, but now we have this boy in, which I do quite like here. I will make a token here because of the loyalty here. Super good. We have 27 life, so we will not die that easy to Bob, but we have expensive cards, so it can be dangerous. They're 3. That's what I mean. As you guys see, they're 3 mana removal here. If we would have only one sheltered here, this one would have been gone already. There would have demon back, and the entire game would be quite tricky to play. But this way, we are not in this situation, right? So that is quite nice. We are flooding quite heavy here. Unfortunate. Still cannot attack with our card here, but hey, our creatures get stronger. For flooding, having these 2 in play is definitely better than not have anything in play. An opponent is flooding too, which is quite fine, but we start to draw more lands now. No, wait, not more lands. Okay, they have these, it's fine. Okay, there's nothing we can get. This hits us, but... Okay, so here we're gonna play this. And we're gonna do this now because we want to get the trigger on it. I am actually okay with trading here. If I trade this, it's fine, it's 1 land less. And then yeah, our creature gets stronger. It's a 9/7 now. I still don't want them to have the demon here. That's quite funny though. I want to keep the Bob for now. We're gonna block here. We can definitely not let this go through or we just die, but now we're gonna push our creatures quite hard. These, like, what we can do here is, yeah, we take damage probably. That's a really good one. That's a really good one. And yeah, this is just, it's just getting out of hand, and this is the 3rd win in a row, and GG. Yeah, I keep this hand. I'm a bit low on mana, but I'm on the draw, and having patch is fine, having removal is fine, and starting town allows me to play the game, so... Every time, like, I look at my hand and I'm like, okay, starting town saves the day once more. I really look forward them printing more shock lands to get a better mana base. Like, of course, we do have the Orzhov shock land, but I would like to have a Celestia shock land. I would like to have a Golgari shock land. Then we can definitely mix this up a little bit better. But it is what it is right now. This one is annoying. Usually it's not annoying. Usually I don't think the card is that strong, but in this case it's annoying. So we can think it like this way. We're probably gonna play this turn 5 and this turn 4. There's a way we can play this earlier, but we're gonna choose this one. Bit weird, but yeah. This is how we're gonna do it. Because you want to trigger the life gain first if they have a sort of aggressive deck, which is important for us. Okay. Helix coming through. end the turn. We use the Virtue here to block, because if they have a Nemesis, we need this Virtue of Persistence. We can also Virtue, like, I have a feeling there's a Nemesis, right? Okay, this is also something we'd like to target. We have double Sheltered by Ghosts, so I feel like we have to let this go through. They will shock me here. Yeah. Our creature has Vigilance. And they use that shock there, which is still quite important. Us drawing no lands here is kind of annoying, but the way this looks right now, this is a bit tricky. We still have to get the life here, and if we manage to get another Sheltered out, it's quite good. If I can protect this spell, it's nice. Maybe we should have went with this one. We are Mana Screw. We are Mana Screw. Have to accept it. They have to tap out though. We get rid of the Slick Shot after. But yeah, I mean, it's an unfortunate situation with our hand. Cannot do much about this. And now the Angels there actually quite strong. I wish we could play this different, but I do have to play a creature here, so I can actually use my Shelter somewhat efficient. Other than that, we kind of stuck here with this Angel. It's funny. It's actually quite funny. We get some life, as you can see. We managed to get some life through this situation. They only have 2 cards left. We cannot block here because we need the target. They may keep their shock on hand. But right now we do not really have an option. So yeah, I feel like we have to do it. You have to think it like this way. This Recruit will just die now and they lose damage, right? Okay. Well, we're gonna attack here. What is their hand? They maybe want to trigger it again, but I don't have anything on hand. Okay, we get the life. We back on 10. I was just saying, they probably have an Opera. They get 2 creatures here, both low-key annoying. Yeah, these Angels, they did a good job. I would like to see a land or anything playable, of course. Another Shelter attack as well. Okay, now not even a Shelter is good enough. Okay, so we can think. We can think. Now, we have 2 options. Revival, getting a lot of tokens, having decent blocks. Or Ouroboroid, which is a 2/4. In this case, I do believe it's this one. Makes my creature strong, and the 2/4 is pretty big. They didn't have a burn spell before, so they would have to have one now. We have 10 life. It's quite a lot of damage if they attack with all, so we are definitely forced to block here. They may have removal spell on the Recruit, which they have to start. If they do, this is dangerous for them. Okay, so we need to find a way to go through this, but only 2 damage left. Decent blocker doesn't help me too much. We will fully attack with this Recruit. I think the Revival here is the best choice. Gives me triple block. Gives me a triple block. Which is super powerful here. Triple block in this situation is good. And here we're gonna attack with the Recruit. I don't care if they get the Angel, to be fair. I do want to keep the Ouroboroid here. I mean, they would have to block with all, play a spell. It's not good enough. We go in with both. If they decide to triple block the Recruit, it's also fine by me. Like, they get an Angel, I don't care too much. It's kind of weird if they triple block here. Like, they lose a board, I get the life anyways. They get an Angel back, I have Toby, yeah, whatever. Like, Angel in this point, in this state, is not really that strong. Our Ouroboroid will get huge next turn though. So, this is the time where they have to finish us off. If they do not finish us off, I don't see, I don't see any way to do it. And this is the 4th game in a row we win, and GG. Okay, Rem. This is a hand we keep for sure. If we get the recruit, double recruit, okay, heal. It's gonna be this is gonna be a more interesting game. They're on the play. They are on the play here. If they have a channeler early on, and I do not find my so they have the nut draw right now, which is definitely not easy to play against. Not really also something you like to see here, but we try just to curve out as good as we can with Revival and then Elspeth. That's the main thing. Of course, Elspeth before Revival would be more nice, but cannot. Let's see if they keep curving out quite well. They have the starting town, so the channel can fly here. So we take the damage. Shelter is interesting though. That's interesting. So we cannot curve on turn 4 the way we want. That's a good choice. Have to do like this, just in case of Cage. Probably a bit too slow here, but that's fine. We cannot win every game. We could still find a potential Cage. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna play Elspeth and make everything flying here. And then we try to survive this somehow. Right now we do have a block on the Pridemate, so... Okay, yeah. It's the only way to do this. And then we would lose our 2 Patchwork Recruits. But I think that is still in the range of okay. So right now we have a block on the Pridemate. We don't have a block on the Channeler. But that is okay. We do have triple creature +2 because of Elspeth. We make them flying again. We try to navigate out of this situation as good as we can. But it doesn't look like perfect. Okay, yeah, they got another Pridemate out here. We have to deal with this channel at one point. They will not attack with the Pridemate here. I trade with the Pridemate any day. They can attack with the Channeler, which doesn't have trample. I can double. This is okay by me. I think this is fine. If I can trade with the Channeler there, with the Pridemate, okay, doing so. They have a lot of life. I mean, look at the situation. It's not looking any good or anything. But then again, it could be worse. So we're gonna start playing this bad boy. 6 tokens. I'm okay shocking here just to get this one also a bit stronger. And then, here we go. Flying again. Okay, let's see how we navigate out of this situation. Banishing Light, super annoying here. Probably that's about it with Elspeth. Personally, would love to see... Would they attack here though? No. This is where we have a problem. We do have 1 flyer in the air though. So that we have to keep in mind. So we want to have these... Okay, wait. We do want 1 quite strong. We have this one. So they have flying again, which is super important. I do want to make sure that if they have a removal for this, I cannot attack with this one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do these 2 and just try to do like this. Okay, so important here. Our tokens are flying again, but we cannot attack. But we have flying tokens again. That's the most important part. Right now they still have a stalemate situation. If we find a way to deal with the Channeler, we're in a good spot. Like, these tokens, that is why I love Toby in this type of deck, because Toby, we like to see this one. So this is where we can get some life gain in. And we navigated out of a really dire situation with this deck, and this is win number 5 in a row. Was tricky to actually like pilot it, but hey, I think I did well. GG. I'm on the draw. I don't have a turn 1 and turn 2. Well, we need some losses too, right, for the video. I cannot only win. It's a bit of a weird saying, but yeah, I've really just won every game so far. Okay. If they have a Fable here, it just will tell me they do not. That I don't believe. We found actually a play. Turn 2, which is really nice. Maybe I play this deck until I lose, so people cannot say, hey, you should put a loss in the video. We would like to see too. I know, I usually put my losses in the video, but I'm 5-0 so far, cannot really do much about this. If they kept the one lander with a Llanowar Elves, then yeah, you do you. You do you. Bristol Bill, potential, but we're gonna attack for token here. We would like to have flying tokens. So we have 2 tokens now. This gives us our token flying. That's why we definitely play the single. So there's a lot of synergies in this type of deck, as you can see. Right now they play a landfall deck without lands. I don't think that's how you play it. The good old landfall deck without lands. And if we find a land here, brutal. Yeah, they play lands. They play lands. That's a 2-3. Oh, we will take that damage any day. I don't care about this. They could play a Hydra, but perfect target for us here without protection of the snake skin. Let's see. At this point of stage, they maybe think like I have to, right? Okay. I know they have a snake skin. That's like given with the way they played us now. I cannot believe they have no play. I just feel like they want to make sure. Again, we make another token here. Have access to Overlord and Revival. So if they have a land, they will play the Hydra. And that's just one more tell that they have something. And right now they're still like, I cannot do it, which is good for me. Okay, this is an interesting spot. Usually, no, it's actually just, it's actually quite obvious what this is. Tokens, 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 and some more tokens here. Flying tokens. I like this. And here again, the power. Super nice. Create another 2 tokens. Even if they have Hydra plus protection, it's over now because of Elspeth, right? There's basically no way to get out of this situation for the green deck. If they keep a 1-lander, then yeah. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? And if they attack us, which is block, right? We still have enough damage. Explorer, okay, yeah, but no fetch land again. It's not the way you should play this. I just want to show what we can do here. Again, 6 tokens, quite juicy. And then we just swing for the win. Let's make more tokens. Not so mobile, client friendly, I guess, but you not always have this many tokens, but we did have it twice actually in these 6 games now. And this is another win. And let's see if we manage to lose a game. GG. This is our hand. Okay, for the sake of losing a game, I keep this. Is Mulligan worthy? Is Mulligan worthy? Double recruit though, still fine. I have to think which one we want to play first. I think we're gonna do like this, in case they have a potential creature. If not, then it's just recruit, consult. Okay. We play what we have, huh? We play what we have. And now this is what we have. Yeah, you cannot have everything, huh? I cannot have everything. Random McFly, mill, okay. Yeah, it's hey. Hey, you cannot have a perfect win situation, right? There could be a classic split up here and really split me up deep down. It split me up. And here we go, and it's your turn. Guys, this is something we should have mulligans, but if we drew one land, we gotta play the game, right? So, worth trying. I'm a person who gambles these type of hands sometimes. But yeah, and now we probably lose 2 lands. Only 1 land though. Only 1 land, which is still good. Could have played it here, since they could have counter. But what do we want to do? It's one of those games where I do not think we get out of this situation easy. Okay. Day milling. We have really powerful turns. Okay, they don't have a counter, which is quite nice to know. We have to push as much damage as we can now. Which is this one. Not yet, of course, but yeah. We don't really have a way to deal with the monument. So they can just board wipe here if I have an untapped 6 land. Of course, they can have Day of Judgment or like many other things as well. Which they have. Which makes sense here, but I have to go for it. Like, we're in a position where we just play what we have. We just play what we have. And we keep playing what we have. The authority gives them definitely some life gain here, which is pretty good for them. Cage also not really strong yet. But hey, we have an Elspeth. They need to, like, we have 8 cards in the graveyard. It's not like we over yet. If they play this land here, I assume they have the board wipe. But seeing a Besa is quite interesting. Oh, that is interesting. I just assume they have a board wipe. We have to play for win, I guess. Which means loyalty and 2 tokens. Have to do it like this.
I welcome all allies.
It's a bit tricky, but we have to do it like this. I have a feeling, like, if they board wipe their board as well. We can still shelter the monument. Okay, that is the card I was not hoping to see. Okay, we can shelter the monument still though. But how do we protect the monument now is the question. Okay, so we have to do this. There's no other option. Then we make tokens. And then we cage.
More heroes for the cause.
Maybe we find something decent. Another sheltered. Or another cage. I think it's so. In this situation, we could cage in their turn, then they board wipe. We could get, what could we get there? But if they board wipe, it's already bad for us. So that is the situation we're in. Not a good situation, but yeah, we don't have many options, to be fair. We try to push the damage here now. If they have a board wipe, so be it. If they do not have, we have 13 cards. They could have another mill here. They could have another space-time anomaly, and then we lose the game too. But other than that, I think we kind of regained our game in a bit okay way here. And it's a split up, and then GG. So hey, we tried. But yeah, sometimes we have to take a loss as well, and that's good to show not everything works. But I have to say, this hand probably a mulligan. But as you can see, even though we had a bad start, bad hand, hey, we fought quite well. So this just shows again how powerful this type of deck is, and I had a lot of fun playing it. Well, this deck, again, overperformed. I knew it's strong because I played this before this season. I wanted to do a video about it and then the season ended. But yeah, 6-1 run, quite solid. Really nice synergies. I think this entire deck has so many little synergies that it's hard to really say everything. So hopefully you watched the game so you could see my decision making. I think there are many instances where we had maybe like 2 options, but I think I opted for the right one most of the time. That led us to win many games. Super cool deck, I think. And yeah, if you like my content, feel free to subscribe and like. I did post this deck in my Discord before this video comes out, so you can join my Discord and see like the things I do and the recommendations I give. I try to help, don't feel shy. Write me a private message as well, and yeah. Thanks for watching, and I wish you all a good night, good day wherever you are, and see you all next time.